Hi everyone. Um, an unexpected video for you today. Don't know quite where to start. We experienced an earthquake here in Panama today. So oh my goodness, I don't know where to start. Well, this morning it happened, so it's later in the afternoon here now in Panama, but around 7:30 this morning I was waking up, and when you're sort of coming around from being asleep, you sort of like feel a little groggy, drowsy, whatever. And I usually sleep with the eye patch on at night, just because it's very bright in our room. We don't close the blinds just because we love the views here so much, so we don't close the blinds so the sun wakes us up. So usually I put like an eye patch on until I'm ready to open my eyes. Anyway, I had my eye patch on and I could feel my bed shaking, and I'm like, is my bed shaking, or like what's happening? And I thought, Leroy usually gets up before me. I thought he was like playing a trick on me, like he was shaking the bed to wake me up. And then so I whipped my eye patch off. I said, "Oh, what are you doing?" And he wasn't there, and the bed was shaking by itself. And I'm like, you were awake, but you're not quite sure. I was like, am I imagining things? And as I'm sitting up, the bed's moving. And I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. So then I sort of like get up, and I can feel the floor moving, but I'm like, am I just drowsy from waking up? I don't understand what's happening. So then I walk into the living room, and Leroy was out on the balcony, and he comes running in. Well, not running, he comes and goes, "You feel that?" And I'm like, yeah, what's going on? And then he's like, I don't know. So we're both just confused. And then he says, "Oh, look, the chandelier." So we have a chandelier over our dining room table, and it was swaying like this, back and forth. And I'm like, okay, it's not my imagination. The building is moving, like moving side to side. So anyway, we come out to the balcony, which you're not supposed to do, by the way, when the building's moving, but we don't really know because we've never experienced an earthquake before. We come out to our balcony, and we have construction going on outside in a few buildings behind us, and all the workers were still there, just nothing. And then I looked over to one of the other buildings that has a rooftop pool, and the water is going like this, back and forth, like swaying like huge waves in the rooftop pool. And I'm like, okay, we're in an earthquake. So anyway, this is all in the space of about 5 minutes, and then we're seeing people coming out onto the street, and it's like, okay, this is serious. So we're like, I don't know what to do. All this time the floor's still moving, the building's still moving. So I go back inside, get dressed, grab my phone, my water, just throw some clothes on. And by that time it had stopped, like the building had stopped moving, the chandelier had stopped. So we made our way downstairs, and one of our neighbours that we know was already downstairs. His wife had been messaging me. No, actually I messaged them and said, did you guys feel the building moving, or was it just like me? I don't know. I don't know what to do in these situations, obviously. So I'm like, did they announce anything? Because sometimes they send around like notices to the building, and we don't always get them. So I said, did they say anything? Did you hear anything? She said, no, I'm out walking. But she says, my husband just called and said that there's an earthquake. And I'm like, what? So anyway, all this time we're getting down, we go downstairs, and our neighbour's down there, and he said, oh, apparently there was a 7.4 earthquake in Colombia. So Colombia is about an hour's flight away. I think so, about 200 miles away from here. So that was the epicenter of the earthquake, the 7.4 earthquake. From what I can see from videos online and stuff, it was pretty bad. So obviously, thoughts and prayers to anyone that was injured or hurt or worse there. Obviously, the situation is much worse there for them than what we experienced. But yeah, it was just scary. I didn't really know what to grab, or so now we've decided we're going to have like a grab bag ready with all of our important documents, somewhere where we can grab it quickly, and know what to get if we ever do need to evacuate the building. And they sent us like the emergency procedures for the building. The crux of it is, if the building is shaking, you should stay where you are and find shelter in your apartment, somewhere like under a table where there's no glass. So balconies is not the best place to be, obviously, and nowhere with like glass or like mirrors or anything like that. So our bathrooms have glass doors, so we're thinking it probably won't be the bathrooms, but we have like a office area where we have a table. That's probably gonna be where we'd shelter. So get down, shelter, and then once the building stops moving, then make your way down to out of the building to a safe area. And they've got like a gathering area. Don't use the lift, the elevator, the lift, especially if the building's moving. Yeah, it's just but I think your instinct when the building's moving is to get the hell out. I think was my first instinct. But yeah, that was an experience that I wasn't expecting to have here in Panama. But yeah, I don't think they've had an actual epicenter of an earthquake in Panama for a long time. I think the closest one that we had recently was on the Costa Rica border, and that was like a 2 point something or something, not really significant. So yeah, it makes you kind of rethink the whole apartment high-rise living. Yeah, so anyway, that's just a little update. So we are both fine. There's been no aftershocks so far. I think it's been good, but yeah, crazy day today. And now it's extremely hot, and just sort of keeping an eye out, have some alerts set, so if anything changes we will know by alert. They're saying that there is no chance of a tsunami as we're right by the ocean, which is good news for us here. But yeah, so that is what's happening right now, and we will catch up with you on the next video, which will be dropping in a few days, just so that you know which apartment we decided to move to and why we chose it. And yeah, and I'll give you more of a tour and a view of our view of the city. So I will see you on the next one. All right guys, take care, bye.